What's going on, you guys? My name is Intricate Tim. I'm bringing you my first ever YouTube video. Today I'm going to show y'all the top 5 lands for Call of Duty Warzone. Hopefully most of y'all know that Season 3 dropped less than a week ago. And so these are my top 5 lands that I land right now, Season 3. Let's get into it. Alright, starting off here with number 1. We have a land that maybe a lot of you aren't familiar with. It's not a very popular spot. That's why I put it in the first spot. It's my go-to land for when I want to land somewhere kind of quiet. Maybe it's a warm-up game. Maybe I don't want too much fighting. I still want a chance to win. It's going to be right here in the northeast section of the dam. Now, the firehouse on the left and the bottom part of the dam, that's typically more of a hot spot, and a lot of people go there because there's a helicopter at the bottom part. But I'm landing in the northeast section, and over here there's a ton of houses. I'm landing on a contract right now, and from this contract I'm going to go over to these first set of houses. I'm going to get a good amount of loot. There's a decent amount of weapon spawns and loot spawns in here. And from this area, once I get a little looted up, I'm going to work my way down into the lower houses. Alright, now once I worked my way down to these lower houses, I'm going to keep on looting. I still don't have that much cash. And a nice part about these places is that all these little villages along this northeast side of the dam, they all typically have a chance for a shop to spawn. So once you loot all these houses, you're able to get your loadout drops, you're able to get your self-revive and everything like that. And another nice part of this is since military is such a hot spot, you're able to push right in here from military, and you have a really nice position because you're all looted. You miss the initial fights, but you're able to go in there, sweep up anyone that's left, and it's just a really nice position play. Alright, next up we have the number 2 spot. Now, this is a spot that I would say it's pretty common for people to land depending on the circle. It's definitely not the number 1 pick for most people, but it's the quarry. Now, the quarry is very awesome because there's a ton of loot that can spawn here. All of the contracts, there's I think up to 3 or 4 buy stations that can spawn here. Now the building I'm landing on right here is the building I want to showcase. This building has a ton of loot. When you land right here in the bottom part, you have this underground basement section. I got a legendary chest there, but there's a ton of loot that can spawn here. I'm going to walk you through a little bit of a looting guide for this place to give you show you all the loot spawns. Now once you loot this bottom section here, you can move up into the upper parts of it. Now the upper parts, there's 3 main levels. Yeah, once you're done with the basement part, you move up here to the first level or the second level, depending how you're looking at it. And there's 3 main sections: the basement, this mid section, and then the upper sections. And all of this, there's all a chance for loot spawns on the ground. These certain rooms, like the one I'm in right now, has a chance for a chest to spawn. Now, this, like I said before, this building has a ton of loot chances, and I really like it because of the position play here. Because if you look on the map, there's really nowhere behind you for people to land, so you really don't have to worry about people coming from your northeast, your north, and you're able to push into quarry. See, if this was a hotter spot for people to land, depending on the plane and the circle, you're able to sit in the back part here, and then you're able to push forward. You don't really have to worry about people flanking you from behind. And so once you get all the way up to the top, you can hop out right here and then push into the rest of the quarry, get your contracts, get your buy station, get set up. Now moving into the 3rd place on the list, this is such an awesome spot. This is one of my favorite spots. This place has all the loot you need. This place has such a great position it gives you, and it's always going to have people. Unlike the last 2 spots, which sometimes can be iffy if there's going to be people or not, this place is going to give you a nice balance between breathing time between your fights typically, and also being able to find people on the regular. Now the building I'm landing on right here, this is the car dealership. This building has such a great amount of loot, and it's a really good place to land on. This place has 3 levels to it: the roof that I'm on right now, the 2nd story, and the bottom part where that has the car in the lobby. Now that car is honestly, it's always going to spawn there, so you always can rely on it. If you need to run over someone really quick, or if you need to get away, it's always going to be there. You can always hop in it and get out. But also a really nice part about this building is that there's a store that spawns right out front. Another great thing about this land is that you're able to push into all the other side buildings. This place, all of the buildings around it, they all have a ton of loot. They all have a chance for chests to spawn on the tops of the roofs and on the inside. The building that I'm going into right now, this is the Chinese restaurant. That's what I like to call it. That's what it reminds me of. This place has a good loot spawn. And these two buildings, the car dealership and the Chinese restaurant, there's typically always going to be people around there, especially in squads. One reason is because of the buy station that's right there. Now the building I'm in right now, that's the gun shop. There's the loot or the ammo crate right there. And like I'm showing you right now, you can push into the hospital, train station, or you can even push in downtown. That's why this place is such a good position to play. It gives you the loot, gets you the setup, gets you some early fights in, then you're able to push in pretty much wherever you want, depending on circle. Jumping to the fourth spot on this map, this is a very great land, but it's very dependent on the circle. This place has a ton of loot, but it's really depending on the circle if you want to land here or not, because it is in the middle of nowhere and it's the prison. Now, there's a very specific spot I like to land on at the prison, and that's where I have my marker right now. It's in the bottom right corner of the prison. Most people, when they're landing at prison, they like to land on the top part, on the castle looking part, or they like to land on the walls around it, which is a good place to land. But I really think this is the move right here. This tunnel, you hop right in, you make your way up through the sewers, and it's a quiet place to start off in the prison, because typically when you start in prison, you can really get screwed over when people have the better positioning on you. But when you move into the bottom part of the sewers, you're able to get completely looted up. And like I said, people typically don't come here. And so what you're able to do is once you get looted up, you're able to go up and you're able to push everyone else that landed on top of prison. Now, I love landing here with squads because we all get enough loot and we all are able to push out. And people typically don't expect you to come from here. Now, we had it a few times where someone would be pushing down from the top, but like I said, people don't seem to land in the sewer part and push up. People like to land on top and push down. But this place has 3 main levels to it, the 3 like the metal parts of it, and then you make your way up to the top, and there's crates that spawn all around the circle. They spawn into the cells right here. You get all the loot that you need. You make your way up to the top, and you come out right where the entrance to the prison is. And from here, I like to push into this side area, and if you need more things, there's loot that spawns in this house. But I heard people fighting. I come running out here. I see them on the map. I come around the corner, and this poor guy, dude, he was running from a fight. He had no health, and I had one tap him, and he got him. And from here, since everyone's going to be typically up, you can move right into this part. You're able to get the high ground on them and start all your fights. Now, the last place on my list, this is my absolute favorite top place to land, and it's downtown. I know it's such a hot spot to land, but I'm going to show you the best place to land to get the best loot to prepare you for the rest of the fights that you're going to have in downtown. Now, this is the bank. I land in the back part of the bank. In this back section here, there's a bunch of loot that spawns all around this little loading area, or whatever this place is. People don't expect you to land here at bank. People that land at bank, they know about the vault. They want to get to the vault. They typically land at the front. And so when you land at the back, people don't expect you to already be in the vault. So this is a vault that I'm talking about. You land in that back section, a bunch of loot that spawns in here. And then this vault right here actually spawns, I think 2 or 3 chests, up to 3 chests, I think. And there's a bunch of loot that spawns all around the ground. And you're able to get all the loot you want. You start pushing up. Like I said, this guy wasn't expecting me to already be in here. Sneak up behind him, kill him. I don't know. He heard me somewhere. He didn't know where I was, though. And so this is the main section, the main floor of the bank. There's a bunch of loot that spawns over here. And actually, I'm going to take some time because since this is my number one spot, I want to show you exactly how to loot it to get the most out of it. Because people, when I land with my friends, they don't know how to loot the bank. So if you want to fast forward, you can. But if you stick around and see exactly how I loot the bank, because there's a ton of loot that people like to miss out on. Like, so I'm running down this hallway, a couple loot spawns right here. I get those, and I'm gonna move up to the second level here. I'm just gonna take the staircase right here. There's the office right here. There's the chairs right here that loot can spawn in. And so I grab this loot, I work my way around. There's another office right there. And once you loot these two offices, there's this main section here. Loot spawns all around the square sides. They also spawn in the cubicles. And people seem to get lost in the bank, but this there's the crates right there in front of me along that wall that you're able to jump off into to the third level. So if you're on the second story and you want to get to the third level without taking the stairs, you can do that. You can take those. They're kind of right there. I'm looking at them. But like I said, there's loot all around these cubicles. Once you loot the second story, you're able to go to this corner over here, go up the stairs. And I'm going to show you in a little bit on the map where the two stairs are on this map, but there's also an elevator on the first floor that you can take to go straight to the roof if you want. And so the main thing about this building is knowing what areas you want to go to. That's where I'm looking at right now for the stairs. Stairs there in each corner of the map. Now, people always seem to get lost there. Don't get lost here anymore, guys. I showed you where the stairs are, showed you a trick to get up onto the third level from the second level, and then you can also get straight to the roof with the elevator on the first floor. Now, there's a few more loot spawns here. Get them, make your way up the stairs. I'm on the roof. There's a helicopter that can spawn up here. There's more loot spawns up here. But I look around for a little bit. I thought I heard someone up here, and once I realized that he left, I make my way over to the buy station, which they spawn all around the bank, and which is a really nice thing about it too, is because once you get all your loot, you're able to push into the buy stations, get your loadout drops. Like, look, I already have over 10 grand, and that's just from looting one building. I see this guy, boom, headshot, dude. He was so sad, poor guy. But yeah, I have so much money now. Got a couple kills. I get my loadout drop, get myself revive. I'm set and ready to move on to whatever I need to from this point. Alright, that about wraps up my video here. I'm gonna put an image on the screen of all the places that I mentioned in this video. If you want to check them out in game, I have them highlighted here. But other than that, thanks for watching my first YouTube video, guys. Please leave a like, it would really help me out, and I'll see you next time. If you're still sticking around, I wanted to show you a couple clips from the games. I wanted to show you a couple wins at the end from landing in the spots that I mentioned in this video. But me and the boys were not having it tonight, or the night that I recorded this. And so here's what happened.
Okay, catch.
Damn it! Oh, kill left. Oh fuck! I was caught on your back and I scared the gas.
Nice. Right.
Oh, if I was alive, you would have won.